Hi everyone, I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you. I'm going to get right into it. It is January 21st, 2019, right after the eclipse. We're still in the eclipse full moon energies in Leo. For the masculine, it was at 2:46 today. The major arcana were the Empress and the Hanging Man. The Empress is actually abundance in the Sirian starseed deck, and the Hanging Man is normally the Hanged Man. Those were the only major arcana. There were 3 pentacles, 3 wands, 2 cups, and 1 sword. The only court card was the Queen of Pentacles, but the after the read card I always pull was the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles definitely interacting there. There were no numerology cards in the coding line, so there was no major focus there from the coding. The numbers that came up from the coding were 8, 7, 10, 25, 33, 21, as well as 33 is coming up for me as well, and 38. 33 came up, 99, and 10, 10. And 78, which is the end of the tarot, the 10 of Pentacles, which is that family legacy, that ultimate family dream. The message was about the masculine staying at 0 point, learning that, and learning to show his prowess, basically, when others are trying to take advantage of him, and wisely stand up for Han. He keeps coming up as Han Solo, so I don't know, somebody might be into Han Solo of the masculines, but he's coming up like Han a lot. But standing up for himself in this destiny, staying in his high vibration. Anti-lock brakes came up too, like you have to be prepared to use your brakes for the abyss. And also just destiny was coming up around this, standing up for yourself and being wise and showing your prowess and staying at 0 point. But also your abs were coming up, so some divine masculines may be working out and saying instead of they have a 6-pack that they have a 10-pack because that's coming up, as well as and definitely divine feminines in the coding as well. So vibrating high to stay in that bliss state, basically. All right, to avoid the BS, basically, as well. And BS comes up again in the read, kind of a weird way, but I'm going to get right into the read. Like I said, at the beginning of the read, numbers 33 and 38 were right there, that underlying energy. The underlying card was the 3 of Crystals, or the 3 of Pentacles, which in this deck is called Trinity. Okay, and it's very much about the workplace, where you go to create. So Trinity is producing some work right now. As the Hermit sheds light on it, and the Hermit excuse me. The Hermit can be, just a wise old man. It can be someone who's just isolating, and it can be a professional as well as Virgo. So as the Hermit sheds light on this business, producing some work, and again, the 38 was coming up, which is the Queen of Cups, the Emperor is unhappy and or jealous, or unhappy about jealousy going on at work. The Divine Masculine is out and about, working. What's the other one? Their Kundalini rising while getting a shake, like a drink shake, or a shakedown by their partner at work. Metatron hangs over them in case of anything alarming, so he's there. In brain wars, so the masculine at war with himself and his thoughts, against any small. So in brain wars, the masculine's against any small message or conversation, turning away others out in the cold today, standing in his truth, but being rough about it. Someone is using injury to get something from him. Brown boots with flaps and laces talks about a country house with no snow causing injuries. So someone might want to move their place of business because they have issues with people slipping on the ice all the time, or also could be other things. But making sure to shovel your sidewalks. There's news about someone taken down at the beach. Someone could be taken down to the beach. But wearing their black and white sneakers came up again. Green doors and injuries. Closed for the winter. too cold, too weak, or just away for a week. Okay, so someone's either taking off from work, closing it off to someone specific, or just shutting the doors for a week to go away. Okay, but it doesn't look like this grand happy vacation. It looks like just time they need to themselves to get away. Commitment or establishment is making their presence known to fix a leaky ceiling or mold problems outstanding, holding back from passionate movement and not making money, cold and hungry. So someone who may, whatever the situation is, or the commitment or establishment, the establishment's making themselves known to fix something. So like if your business has a leaky roof, or even your home has a leaky roof, someone's finally, and it's not your home because you're renting, someone's finally coming in to fix it, but it's putting you out of business because you can't do your work when they're working there for them to fix this issue. So someone's worried about not making money, being cold and hungry. So the masculine's being called to love themselves first, and the card underneath that is chemistry. So it's that magnetic attraction first, and then even though you feel that, make sure to love yourself first. Money on the brain, and how to make it appear out of nowhere while the brakes are put on, the kibosh, stretched it out too long. So somebody waited too long to get something fixed, and now it's a big problem for them. Keeping it quiet, and the way the cards, I can't even say the way the cards were relaying this message, but you get the idea. Someone was getting screwed, okay? And we're talking about bulls and butts. So to exit right, the King of Cups, matching feet and ankles with fantasy reflection in the sand, but this reflection is a legacy, or it's definitely coming up as twin energy. I'm going to start that sentence over just so it's clear. Keeping it quiet and getting screwed, exit right, the King of Cups, matching feet and ankles with their fantasy reflection legacy, possibly in the sand, who has no problems with leftover food on the floor and having sex without having to get angry first. Okay, so this is the masculine changing his point of view on things. Things kept under wraps of division or split, getting screwed royally. She gets the leftovers and scraps, while he gets the house and legacy, or vice versa. Okay. Or the divine masculine thinks that their fantasy sex life is over, or has just begun, of sex outside, food, fetishes, or other alternatives. Okay. So relationship change comes up as the other underlying energy from the numerology deck, and then below that was nature, even more so. So make sure things are natural. Also, it's about nature, getting out in nature, and being organic and green. But there's definitely a relationship change in the underlying energy here being called for. A breakup has occurred, no longer aligned with Leo and linear time, or depression. A Leo still fighting for her cause, wounded warrior, king of the jungle, has major scars under. Duck lips and sunflowers no longer cut it, with grass growing through the ceiling, lower dark self revealing. So someone's showing their true colors now. And this was at 3:33, so it's very important. The wounded warrior at Trinity, out in the cold on 2 timelines, loving self first, deserving of the life he dreams of, and a relationship change. Okay, so at work it could even be that the work is trying to push the masculine out of their own workplace, which could be that, to fix things like mold issues and that kind of thing. Could be for another reason too. If there's a partnership there, someone might be getting pushed out. But there's 2 timelines, so we're showing the shift on the train tracks. Okay, there's shifting lanes. Recently, the wounded warrior's family business and legacy, impatient King of Cups, wants to join or come together, but the Queen of Wands exploded in a temper tantrum, or her Page of Wands child and her both angry and stomped out of the room, and has no more fight left for this, exhausted her finances. Or someone who had a kid in an affair is now basically ousted the mother and child from the family, exiled. Okay, so someone who's still married, had an affair and a child outside the marriage, the mother and child have been just basically exiled from the family. They don't care. And it's so weird because that same situation came up in the movie last night. So the foundation is, do you get your wish? Frustrated in rejection, exposed, without opportunity to learn, or the exposure was done by an ungrounded child, unsatisfied by the light. You know, they like to do dark things. So two unhappy kids are running wild, blocking the divine masculine's creative and sexual drive, very unsatisfied. Centrally, the energy of the masculine's heart is the Queen of Pentacles, with family abundance, maybe a little depressed, without options, and wanting to start again. And the challenge to the masculine being rising up above the drama and dancing the dance and tango. Lowballing an offer to one while offering a new life to the other. World complete, in need of attention, to someone's in the world is complete, in need of attention. Also in expressing feelings. The attention, they may need it, someone's in need of attention, but also attention to back was coming up. It was just 11:17. So justice and the star, which is about getting attention, the light, shining your light. But someone needs back attention, which I brought up earlier. I'm sure a lot of people are experiencing back pain. Mine is mostly in my hips and my SI joints. It's really much more so than usual, because I do have some issues already, but it's not like this usually. But the world is complete, need of attention to back, or just getting attention, and expressing feelings with family, lover, twin, and kids, and or the Queen of Cups and twin. Choosing the path of least resistance and pure love. Now in his crown, the divine masculine is in the crowning the reed is the Empress. But in the Sirian Starseed deck, she's open wide. It's like the big mother welcoming everybody in. And it's abundance in this deck. So now in his crown is Empress, open wide, sitting in uncomfortable feelings of lover and magician, apologizing about twins, kids, and wounded warrior. The magician is working with lover to rise above the Queen of Swords reversed negative talk between the Queen of Swords reversed and the Knight of Swords, who is also reversed. The Knight of Swords reversed is the angel. So the Empress lover is smack in the middle of all of this. Angel lovers an abundant legacy family, walking away free and clear once he gets past conflict of shared sex and rejection of twin, who offered love innocently to soulmate with who was with a karmic, putting it all out there. He figured he could ignore it a little longer. So ignored pure love to offer his love to the Leo's ego, or under Leo full moon passion. Soon for the masculine is the hanging man. Hanging man is covered in crap. There's so much stuff going on. It's very, it's just too much stuff going on. Covered in crap with injustice and lies in split. No people, or no peace in deception of full moon eclipse. There's a new love union after sucking up to a Leo a bit. So Leo can be a masculine or a feminine, okay? He is present, the masculine, the way he sees himself, that he's present with the King of Wands reversed. Tired of being present at work, not getting along, leaving work or third party through work, and his negative self-talk or negative child that he has to now work with. Okay, so he could be the King of Wands, or he could be the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is also coming up here. King of Pentacles is upright. King of Wands was reversed. King of Pentacles is upright, defenseless, but no longer caring what others think. And the cards that he was on were healing family issues, reconciliation, finances and career are affecting your love life. And then around the divine masculine is a final judgment and payoff. And possibly a Leo out of control, or loss of ego after suffering this judgment. So again, final judgment's been coming up a couple times today. The Queen of Pentacles is reversed and the Empress is reversed. getting over suffering cycles, and needing to find courage. Clear blocks for the masculine. So around the masculine on that card, like it was just showing that everybody's unhappy. There's no one in the situation who's happy here, okay? So the masculine needs to clear blocks of family happiness, a bold move to choose without knowing, and conflicts over. So just clear all blocks about you having family happiness, and it's possible. Clear blocks about taking bold moves to choose without knowing, okay? And that it's really true that conflicts could be over. So happy ending comes up for the masculine, as well as teaching and learning, so very positive. So that's that balance and happy ending. Reunion with Justice, or Libra, 2 spoons of fruit. With 2 spoons of fruit. There's a new passion, putting it out there, while he offers love to a Leo who wants the house. Okay, so he might need to just like play the game for a little while longer, so he's kind of keeping you on a string longer. If he hasn't talked to you, he might just not talk to you longer, because he figures it's easier that way. The King of Swords, independent, with burning desire. Separation from Queen of Cups, an unhappy family. The Knight of Pentacles proposes passion to the High Priestess union and a sudden explosion or epiphany. Okay, so that was the last card of the read. So in summary, the workplace is closed to find happiness on his own, being present, releasing stress with his family. The Queen of Pentacles is rising above to tango with Hanging Man, who's hanging out with his family. She opens her heart abundantly to new passion. Leo is inspired by new offer of money or house. Okay, so he's still dealing with 2 different situations, but he's still trying to work it out. But neither party probably knows, because he's probably trying to keep everything separate and secret, so he doesn't have to deal with anything, or so he can, you know, get his way. I'm just going to pull you a couple cards from the Universal Golden. Okay, Tarot. Okay. Take a deep breath, guys. Let's see what comes up. Clear and align. Clear and align. A lot of green stuff has been coming up yesterday and today. And it's so funny because something just popped up on my computer screen too, which is green. Alright, so for the Divine Masculine, this is January 21st, 2019, the day after the eclipse. The total lunar eclipse in Leo. For everyone watching, in the best and highest good of all those concerned. Jesus, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Okay. Anything else? Okay. The bottom of the deck is the 6 of Swords. Okay, so that's finding peace. Let's see what's underneath it. Okay, so we have the Lovers and the 10 of Pentacles underneath it, okay? So here is someone going away from the family and the lover to find peace. That's the underlying energy. And the cards that came out were, first came out the Angel, which is very representative. A lot of times when I do draws for you guys, the first card always out is this Angel card, okay? So it's very much a patience and balance, but it's also the Angel. You see how the sun, the light's shining off this card especially. Okay, and that's about taking one step at a time and being patient, okay? And your wings coming. Then these two came out together. Okay, so we have the Hierophant and the Hangman awake. Okay, so this is really about being awakened to the establishment, okay, to any commitments, and what it really is, the manipulation, the control over your life, all that kind of stuff, that's coming up for sure for the Divine Masculine. And then because of that, the last card is the Wounded Warrior. So he's still, still holding on to a little bit to those wounds. But he doesn't have much fight left. He's going to have to let go of those wounds in a second, which it has been coming up both ways now, which doesn't usually. So that's good. I'm going to pull up one more just to clarify that. All right, so if we have the masculine being patient and doing what he's supposed to be doing and being awake to the way of establishment and the control over him and his, whatever it is, a contract with work, a marriage, just other commitments that he has in his life, a rent agreement, whatever it is, that he's awake to them manipulating him because they've always bowed down to them. And then the wounded warrior energy. So what is, can you give me something else? Okay. All right, so we have the Ace of Cups, okay? So it's all about love, loving self first, spiritual love, and new love, okay? There's one other little message here. The cluster of 3. So there's the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Empress, okay? And it's like, it's funny because I actually meant to pull it out the other way, which is like his opportunity to passionately rush in towards the Empress. Okay? So this is the masculine. So I was going to do it this way, and then I did this way. So this is like the masculine, you know, his vacillating back and forth. Like he still has, it's still the same. But in this position, you see that the passionate writing in is towards a business opportunity as opposed to the Empress. Or the Empress could be a mother or a boss that he's passionately writing away from because he's got a new opportunity. Okay? But it can also be about him having a new opportunity to ride in passionately for an Empress. Okay? Because we have this with new love. It's also about new self-love. So it's about him leaving anyone controlling him, whether it's a mother or a female boss who has control over his life and is manipulating him. So that's good. Self-love. Take care of yourself. Don't let other people run your life for you. You're here to be happy. We're not here to suffer. It's not about sacrifice. You only sacrifice when it feels good, which is love. Like you sacrifice for your children because it feels good, not for the sake of sacrifice. Okay, guys, rise and be love. Take it easy. Bye.